that for $1.
Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Now, say my name.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Jeff, and I am joined as always by my co-host Kevin. We got Deadwire live again,
and we're excited for it. that was a good
intro. To be a
dude.
little more active on the intro. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got some great headlines for you, Kevin. Got any fun stories from the week? You watching anything fun? Playing any video games? What you doing?
I have been playing a lot of Spider-Man 2 now that they added the new game plus.
Oh, didn't you say they also like patched it or something too?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
Well, because there was a break where if you press the L3 and R3 buttons during the save screen, it would open up a basically a mod screen, so you could like give yourself infinite health, infinite webbing, whatever.
Oh no shit.
And then it showed the roadmap of what content is coming out this year and when.
So they're like in video games.
And it looks cool. Beetle is coming, although it's a lady Beetle. Carnage is coming, although I don't know if it's Cletus Cassidy or not.
Okay.
If you guys have played the games, you'll know what I mean. And I don't know about the last one. Probably something with Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, probably Madam Webbish. Might involve some Sydney Sweeney and two of her best assets.
I love that Dakota Johnson said last week. What you see? Dakota Johnson said last week that she would never make a movie like that again. It's like, thank you. Like, are you?
That's why she fired her agency. I mean, she got rid of their asses. And that sometimes happens with some of these movies. These actors do some of these movies they thought were something else, and ultimately, when it's all said and done, they're like, "That's not the movie I signed up for. That's not even the original script. Whatever this shit show turned out to be is not really what I signed up for. I fulfilled my obligations. You're fired. You're fired. I'm going with somebody else who will get me some decent scripts." And what's funny is in the news lately, Sony's been talking about like they're not exactly happy with her. Well, fuck you, Sony. You gave her this is what you did with Madam Web. Nobody asked for this movie to begin with, and you gave us a shit show that made basically no sense or no play into anything overall. So
yeah,
fuck them.
And
I'm a Sony guy, so fuck it.
Kinda, but they really are pulling a fox, just like making shitty movies after shitty movies just to keep the Fantastic Four or Daredevil. Like,
yeah,
come on, like you guys have the money to make it a little bit better. Morbius was bad enough. This, from what I understand, was like 6 Ways from Sunday stupid. I don't know if that's actually true, and I'm sure it may have its fans. But from what I gather, it has nothing to do with the actual Madam Web in the comics. None of the Spider-Women are actually the Spider-Women from the comics. They're only in costume for like 5 minutes.
Or less from what I have heard about some of that.
Yeah. And so for her actually putting up with the bullshit that you said, because they did change the script completely from when she signed on to the final product. So like they bamboozled her. Really, they did, all kidding aside.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, the original script was actually pretty interesting. They really were trying to go for some sort of Terminator-esque version of this story, like going back in time to try and stop, Peter Parker from becoming a thing. And that, in a nutshell, sounds very interesting. We've never seen something like that in a comic book version. So it's just unfortunate it just turned out to be like this. But when it's free on like Amazon or Netflix or something like that, I'll check it out, but I'm not spending a dime on the movie.
I'll fast forward to when there's like action sequences, or if Rift Tracks does it, which I'm cross my fingers if they do.
I would not be surprised. Did they ever do Morbius then?
I don't think so. They might have.
Rift Tracks, buddies. Come on.
Yeah, they're doing their Kickstarter right now, so hopefully something like that will be one of the stretch goals.
Oh, right.
They did that last year with Top Gun 2.
Yeah.
So I would love it if they did either Morbius or this, because they're trite. Sony's really making trite films, with the exception of Afterlife.
Yeah, they're probably just trying to make sure that the license stays firmly in their grasp. Like Fox had this same situation with Fantastic Four years ago, where they just have to have a Fantastic Four in some sort of production or pre-production every, what was it, 2 to 3 years?
Yeah.
And they can it, but they had to actually put something in some sort of production in order to retain the rights. Eventually, they just gave up after Josh Trank's Fantastic Four, which was a total shit. But that last one, I like Josh Trank as a director. I love the Chronicle he did, but like that last Fantastic Four was not good, and Fox ultimately gave up, and then ultimately sold their studio to Disney.
Thank God.
Yeah, but I think that's what Sony was getting at. I think they're also trying to get to some sort of like big Sinister Six movie, which that's totally not fucking happening. What they end up doing with Kraven the Hunter is going to be another question, because this turned out this bad. How bad is Kraven the Hunter? That's not a good look.
No.
And then after that, they don't have much else. But rumors are Spider-Man 4 is on the way with Tom Holland.
Yeah. And or Andrew Garfield. He's been.
I'd rather Andrew Garfield.
I don't. I'd rather see them be in separate movies or at some point again in the future together. Yeah. I like them both. I like Tom Holland as Peter Parker for the MCU. He's pretty perfect.
He's fine. I don't mind him.
Yeah, but Andrew Garfield, the costume didn't look great in the first movie, but he himself was Spider-Man. He fucking totally rocked it.
Yeah. It's not his fault the second movie had a horrible script.
The first one kind of had a horrible script too, but you're right.
The first one was way more enjoyable.
Yes. Yeah. And it was actually funny. Like his quips were really good.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, like they kind of screwed him over until No Way Home.
Yeah, he's a piano man.
God, he's great. I love him. I mean, you have a fucking Oscar winner and then you turn him like blue and glowing so it doesn't even look like him.
Well, he also did the movie Stealth, so what can you say about that?
Never mind.
Boom, gotcha. Oh my God. All right, Kevin, we do have some news from the week, and unfortunately we're going to start with some sad news. We unfortunately lost Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. He unfortunately passed away at 68. Kevin, this is probably our big anime news for the week, or manga. And are you familiar with Dragon Ball Z? How are you on that end?
Not familiar at all, with the exception of a couple like characters. I don't know their names, but I know what they look like.
Yeah.
I want to say my sister and my brothers were more into it and played the games. Wait, were there card games or is that Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know, but they liked it and knew about it. And that's the only way I knew about it was by name from them.
Right.
But it is undeniably probably the biggest anime that's been around for a while, hasn't it?
Outside of, say, like Pokemon and Hello Kitty, I mean, right up there is Dragon Ball Z. It was before Pokemon. It was before a lot of things. And now I haven't seen too much of Dragon Ball Z. I'm more familiar with like some of the video games that spawned from this franchise, and I've seen some episodes. So it's not like I've never actually seen it. I do have a nice anime collection, but I am very lacking on the Dragon Ball front. And I've heard like, this Dragon Ball Z are pretty good. I don't know about the rest of them. I'd have to like get back into my old anime buddies and ask them like, hey, where do I start with Dragon Ball? There's like so much, but the influences are undeniable, and it's very sad to see another creator go. And not too long ago, for like, I'm a big fan of Berserk. Kentaro passed away a couple of years ago, and we don't know what's happening with the story for Berserk. If that's going to finish or not, because unlike George Martin, he was actively writing to finish his story. Eventually, he was just very meticulous about his art and his storylines, but he actually was working on it. And, to be frank, my one memory of whenever I hear Dragon Ball is I remember this trailer for Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit, where a bunch of these random characters were just running around screaming Kamehameha. And I actually have one I'm going to share with everybody because this is the one I remember the most. And I had to do a little digging on YouTube, but I did find it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play that right now. I know this is super goofy, but it'll give you a smile. It's something a little bit different. And I think everybody will enjoy this. Like I said, we're not the Dragon Ball Z people here, but we do understand his influence on the industry overall and what he's contributed to everybody, fans worldwide, memories he's given them, strength. The characters are outstanding, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get this playing and let everybody enjoy it. It's just a super quick 30-second commercial, but here we go.
Rated T for teen.
Kamehameha! Kami! Kami! Kamehameha! Kamehameha! Kamehameha!
So that's from 2008. And I've always enjoyed those freaking commercials. There's like 4 of them. And there's also one that's almost like a minute and a half long that has a lot of different variations of that going on. It's not just the one guy in an office setting, but I just happen to remember this the most. And it always brings a smile to my face. I got a kick out of it then. I get a kick out of it now.
So weird. I mean, I can't talk. Like I played Magic for the most part in my early to mid-teens. Like this sort of stuff was kind of off my radar, except for Vampire Hunter D. So I blame my persnicketyness, and then I also blame the fact that I got so out of Magic because they started getting expensive, and like storage space is also expensive.
Yeah, I was big into Magic back then too, so I can relate.
Yeah, I was not into picking up anything new as far as card games and stuff like that went.
I don't think this had a card game, but I might be wrong on that. If somebody in our chat or audience knows about that, please throw it in a comment. We really honestly don't know.
I told you he's a fraud.
God damn you, Kevin. But Akira Toriyama, thank you so much. You will be remembered by a great many people worldwide. Sad to see you go, but Dragon Ball will live on.
True. And speaking of living on, word came from Miramax this week that, it has nothing to do with the with our
kill it with fire.
They are producing a Peacock series, I think it was, for Halloween. And their words were, in light of the success of the new trilogy, they're going to come out with a TV series to explore this large world of all the people that were in the movies that didn't necessarily focus on them. But it's not going to have anything to do with the new trilogy.
At all.
Yeah, so it's like, yes, based on the success. And does hate really like constitute success? I don't know what the budget was for the last movie, but
well, I got this article up here from Deadline, and I'll kind of quickly read over this. Miramax Television in October signed a deal with Trancas to develop and co-produce a Halloween TV series, which is envisioned to potentially launch a cinematic universe spanning film and television. Miramax and Blumhouse, motherfuckers, collaborated with Trancas on the successful recent Halloween movie trilogy. We're on the fast track. It's a big priority for us. We had lots of exciting conversations in recent months with a number of really talented people. And I think we'll have a pretty good idea of what we're going to be doing very soon, Hellwing said, adding, we're hoping to lock down the creative team very soon. You don't have a creative team? What the fuck are you doing coming up with an idea already without a creative team in place?
They probably already have a fucking poster.
Yeah. We want Michael Myers, and this is all about the town of Haddonfield, but Michael Myers is only going to show up in maybe one episode. So make a TV series around that, please. Get your fucking creative team in place. At least with the Crystal Lake show, they hired Brian fucking Fuller before the lawsuit all started happening. They at least hired Brian Fuller to start putting together an idea.
Yeah.
We got an idea, but we don't have anybody hired yet to fucking make this together. What the fuck are you doing?
But it's going to be huge.
Well, Blumhouse is involved, so maybe DGG is going to be involved, dumbass. It's a big world, Hellwing said of the 13 movie franchise. The most recent trilogy, culminating with Halloween Ends, provided a fitting conclusion to the story. So I don't think that this is an opportunity to go off the back of that. Good. So the series is going back to the Halloween franchise's origins. Oh, dear God. The foundation of it is the original film, the John Carpenter movie, the characters of that film, and perhaps a group of characters that we haven't really focused on. Oh, fucking shoot me.
Lindsay's family.
Oh, we're going to go into probably like Dr. Loomis's like third sister twice removed that he's got a questionable relationship with. And then
actually
somebody in the 70s was a bit, I don't know, whatever.
Risque. His nurse, the lady that was at the beginning of part 6, that would be interesting to see, like her having all his files and shit like that. I mean, obviously it ends with her dying, but
yeah,
I could see that being somewhat interesting. But a lot of the people that survive don't survive either the next film or just really weren't that entertaining to begin with.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're focusing on characters, yada, yada, yada. It's a creative reset, completely going back to the original film as opposed to spinning out any of the more recent film adaptations. So you're going to retcon everything, you dumbasses. How about you do something different and don't do anything for about 5 to 10 years? Let the damn franchise sleep. Stop churning shit out. You saw what happened from going from kills to ends. Your virtue signaling killed the fucking franchise, and you want to double down with a fucking TV show? Get the fuck out of this franchise, Blumhouse. Go work on your original content, your newer movies like Imaginary. Go Five Nights at Freddy's. Keep doing that. Stay the fuck out of legacy franchises. You've killed Halloween, and you've now killed The Exorcist. Great job, you fucking morons.
Yeah, like up until now, because I still haven't seen it and I won't watch it just on principle. Like the only Halloween movie, or not Halloween, Exorcist movie that I did not like and will never watch again is part 2.
Yep.
1, 3, and 4 are fan for me. I love those flicks. But 2 and 5, never ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
It was unnecessary. It was all unnecessary. The stories didn't make sense. They're just trying to, milk the cash cow.
Yeah. I don't know. I love Halloween. I will probably try and give this a chance like I did with Halloween Ends. I don't have much hope for this at this time. I don't even know what to think other than you're going to retcon things. You're going to make shit up. Like, just let it go for a little while. Let people want to see Halloween, not dread what you're doing next because you completely shit canned the whole franchise.
You know what I think they should do?
I like 2018 and I like Kills. Ends pissed me off too much.
I liked Kills. I didn't really care for the 2018, and I won't watch.
And I get that.
Yeah, that one was the virtue signaling took away from the story.
Yeah.
Like, there was more inclusion in Kills, I think, than there was the virtue signaling of 2018. Like, everything felt proper in Kills.
Yeah.
Or not preachy anyway. Like, it was inclusive but not preachy.
Yeah, there were some bad moments in Kills. I ain't gonna say that there wasn't, but I put up with 2018. I enjoyed it for what it was. Kills, like the first fucking like 15 minutes made that movie for me. And I know a lot of people are like, he killed firefighters. Yeah, as a motherfucking badass. It's a body count franchise. This isn't serious drama here, people. If you want that, go find a different fucking movie.
They were all 9/11 veterans.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, my wife was one of those people that found it inappropriate, for lack of a better term. And I totally get my wife's opinion. I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't hold life that sacred, at least of all in movies.
It's a Halloween. It's a slasher movie. What do you expect? Him to hand out daisies for rescuing him from a fire?
Or Christian is. Well, I mean, like, cops are cops. They get beat up by Michael Myers all the time. Yeah. Firefighters are like extremely fit specimens, next to like second only to maybe soldiers.
Right.
So for him to just like tear up 30 of them with a whole bunch of different weapons, including the jaws of life, they had my attention. That was exciting.
Yeah.
I was not offended by that. I was too excited to be offended. And here's another thing. My uncle is a fireman. He's also a giant cunt. So it's like, I don't care. Like,
you have a preconceived notion of that.
My friend's dad was also a firefighter, and he was a really nice guy, but no.
And I have friends who are firefighters, and they loved fucking Halloween Kills. They're like, that's pretty fucking dope.
This is what they should have done.
Well, one of them did say that. They're like, maybe you should have taken the axe and done this and done that and used the water hose like this and like that. I'm like, why weren't you consulting on this movie? That would have been even crazy. They're like, this is pretty good, but they could have made it really gnarly. It's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
as long as he doesn't drive the fire truck after the fact, you know.
Hey, he got taught how. I think if they want to do something different, I'm sure somebody's going to fucking recommend it at some point. They could have this anthology series that is the Halloween, narrated by Michael Myers. Like, somebody's going to be like, I got it.
Somebody who doesn't talk.
Because really, this is the same studio that wanted to bring you a movie about Harriet Tubman starring fucking Julia Roberts.
Oh, Jesus, I forgot about that. Oh.
No one's going to remember that.
I mean, I rag on Blumhouse about like the franchises, but seriously, their original content's better than this. It's just David Gordon Green kind of killed the fucking Halloween franchise for me, and then he also did that to Exorcist Believer. So that's what we got.
I am not a believer. I'm really not, and I'm glad I know his name, because if I see it attached to a film, I'm likely going to skip it. Like,
yeah,
he's just not that good for me.
Yeah. Hey, Justin, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Maynard? Where
We
did he
got
go?
somebody watching us, Kevin.
Oh, he's on the chat.
Yeah.
How do?
On the YouTubes.
The YouTubes. Yeah, so people come chat with us. We love that.
Yep. We're figuring out the StreamYards. We're getting this.
Yeah. But I'm not going to hold my breath for this. I want to see the Crystal Lake Chronicles. Not the Chronicles. That was the
Crystal Lake.
Yeah, I want to see that series. It potentially could be really cool.
Well, if Brian Fuller's involved, I am automatically in for it. It's like, if you would have told me, like, for like the Halloween series, like they had somebody in like I'm just going to throw a name out there. Daniel Cerrone, who did the Constantine series. And he was also a writer on a show called First Wave. And you also had like Chris Mankato, showrunner of First Wave and Third Watch, and a bunch of other wonderful shows. If you would have told me like some good writers were involved, I might be like, okay, I'm a little more down for this. But the fact you have an idea and you don't have any creative team in place, no, that doesn't work for me. And that means that the studio has an idea. They want somebody who will make that work for them.
Kinda. And where I get disappointed also is Danny McBride. Like, he is a really smart fucking guy. And he loved this franchise. I don't know what happened to his like excitement for this series or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless it's a comedy, I don't know that I'll go see another one of those flicks.
Oh, that'd be funny if it was like a sitcom, with the Michael Myers family. Who's the killer?
my big brother. We could be really mean with that one. I mean, yeah, we'd probably focus on the Strodes.
Just call it different Strodes.
Different Strodes. So, but good try, Peacock. We're going to skip that one for now.
Yeah.
Unless the mask is really cool. If the mask is really cool, we might give you 5 minutes.
Justin's got a question for us. Do you guys like Michael Flanagan's work? I like The Haunting of Hill House. I did not like God, what was that church one with the fucking vampire? Midnight Mass. I did not like Midnight Mass.
Mike Flanagan? I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he's done some Netflix shows. He likes his horror. He's all right. I just don't love like all of his work.
Let's see here. No. Ah, Dr. Sleep. Didn't see that one.
I like Dr. Sleep. That was really good in my opinion. Ewan McGregor was pretty good in that.
We 2, which I heard was good. Oculus. That was fun. I liked Oculus.
I have not seen Oculus.
Oh, dude, it's a WWE production. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
Which people at home don't laugh. Their movies were really good for a few years.
I remember See No Evil.
The first 2 See No Evil movies were really good. Speaking of that, let's bring back Danielle Harris. She's more than willing to fucking come back and reprise her role as Jamie.
If that's what they do with the movie or the TV show, maybe. But you better lock down Danielle on a great contract and bring back Scout too, god damn it, while you're at it.
I don't think she would come back without her. I don't think she would at all.
Shouldn't have to. Yeah. I would bring her back too.
Well, I mean, they're best friends, they're business partners, they're podcast partners like us. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm game for that.
Yeah. She died horribly in Halloween 2, but whatever.
Yeah.
She got savaged up in the first one though. But anyway.
Yeah.
That it can't be any worse than that.
No.
Wait, no, I take that back. Never mind.
It could be pretty bad. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Sooner, however, what we've got next is Fallout TV series.
All right, Prime. Let's see how you can fuck up another one.
Did you know about this? Because it was news to me. I did not follow this news at all.
I kind of knew about this one from a while ago. It was either on like either Geeks and Gamers or Nerdrotic. They talked about how the show is being developed by Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother.
Cool.
And he also was like head writer or one of the main writers for Westworld. Okay. And this is now basically his baby. And I do have a trailer we can kind of watch through and go ahead and demonetize us. We ain't monetized yet.
Woohoo!
We're getting there. We have hit 1,000, over 1,500 subscribers. Not sure how that happened, but thank you everybody who has subscribed and is probably gonna watch this on replay, but that's it. Okay.
It's because we didn't
Make
hold
sure you hit that
anything
like
back.
button and comment below. Make sure you share this video out. We'd love to have more people along with us. But let's see here. We got a Fallout trailer. Let's get this all maxed out. And I have not actually seen all of this. I've only seen like a few seconds from Friday Night Tights yesterday on Nerdrotic's channel. So, and Kevin, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place.
Oh shit, Goggins.
A veritable Camelot, the nuclear age. Not made by God Almighty, but the working man.
You can be a
Ooh,
hero
this
by
looks
purchasing
interesting.
a residence and a vault.
Yeah.
Because if the worst should happen tomorrow, the world is going to need you to build a better day after.
Oh, a better day. Now, I've never played the video game, so I don't really know the story to this.
I played part 3 and I bought New Vegas. They're time
The mission of
dumps.
the vault
Absolute
should be
time
important
dumps.
to everyone.
Okay.
They're addictive as hell.
Okay.
To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization. You
I know Pip-Boy, yeah.
200 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller.
I am.
I thought all you dipshits were dead.
That sounds like the game.
Okay.
It isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
I just want to start.
Oh.
I've had a rough week. Practically every person I've met up here has tried to kill me.
I'm simply going to harvest your organs.
Ooh. Gnarly.
Oh shit.
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules, of laws. You should not be alone.
Ooh. Oh, dope.
Oh,
To
the
hurt
military.
people who hurt me.
Okay, I recognize
That's
this
Going to
suit.
come after you.
Ain't much stage cleanup here, Volty.
Ooh, gunslinger stuff.
Well, now that is a very small drop in a very, very large bucket of drugs.
Kevin, you know about drugs.
Nothing.
Out of this wasteland. Looks like chaos. But there's always somebody behind the wheel.
Ooh. Oh, fucking bear, what the hell? Ooh, puppy.
What's happening here?
Ah. Where's the mutant?
Everyone wants to save the world. They just disagree on how.
There you are, you little killer.
April. Oh, all episodes? Oh, shit.
Cool.
Wow. So they're actually going to drop that whole bad boy like straight up.
I'm okay with that. I like that. I know people prefer episodic.
Yeah.
Most people our age prefer episodic. Younger kids, I'm sure they want the whole thing. They don't want to wait each week.
Oh, I believe that, yeah.
But I'd prefer to like sit and binge this all together. So I would wait to watch it until all 11 were out anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with like the new show or the new version of Shogun that's on Hulu. I'm waiting until it's all completely done before I sit down and watch that, because I still have to watch the original. But like something like this, I would want to sit down and watch it like and not feel like I have to wait a week for it. I know like Amazon likes their weekly. They drop like 2 to 3 episodes like the boys do, and then they throw out like weekly after that. But they're not doing that with this one. So I kind of am curious about the quality of this show, or if they believe like the binge model supports the Fallout show, I don't know. Something seems odd about that because they've always been more like, hey, we'll put out the first couple episodes and then go weekly. They're not doing that this time, so I'm a little concerned about that.
That's what they did with The Tick, wasn't it?
I think no, I don't think they dropped all of The Tick at the same time. I thought they did the same thing where they just put out like 3 or 4 episodes, then they did weekly after that. But I mean, we are doing The Tick on our podcast at some point this year, so stay tuned for that, everybody. SunsAndShadows.com.
Yes. It's a fantastic show, but that's for 0 Point, and that's tomorrow night.
Hells yeah. And we're talking The Shadow. 1994. Alec Baldwin's finger. I know you're out there somewhere, buddy. It don't miss.
His finger?
There's a username on some of the streams I watch. He goes by the name of Alec Baldwin's finger. He's an Arizonan. So just name dropping a guy I know. I wouldn't say I know him or friends with him. Just it's a name. It's kind of funny.
Don't Miss just made me giggle inside so hard.
We might drop another reference tomorrow. So
yeah. But anyway, after the Fallout, we have some sports news. Speaking of streamers,
sports news, sports ball talk.
Sports ball. It is. Well, there's really no balls in this one, I assure you. Jake Paul is going to be facing Mike Tyson
on Netflix. God damn it, what the fuck is happening?
Here's a picture.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I know Tyson has done some extremely horrible things in his life and probably still does, but I would far prefer to watch him destroy Jake Paul.
But he's found a life of peacefulness and serenity. As long as he can get a little bite of that earlobe, I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, right? Between he and Nate getting their edibles on and smoking doobies.
I don't know what to make of that, to be honest with you. Tyson hasn't had a fight in how many fucking years? And he's going to go up against fucking Jake Paul?
Jake Paul is very fast.
This is a stunt show is what this is.
Yes. Oh, dude, it was the same thing when he got out of prison and he fought the what was it, the hurricane guy. I can't think of his fucking name. Anyway, it was over in what? 8 seconds? 3 seconds? Something to that effect? $60 fight over in seconds.
Yeah.
And it was like the worst thing on for that night. Like the lower tier cards were all much, much better.
Yeah.
But in this case, Paul is fast, and I'm certain he's a very skilled fighter. However, Tyson is experienced, stout, and hits like a fucking brick house.
Hey, one good punch can knock anybody the fuck out. But
you saw him hit that guy on the airplane. Like, he gave him plenty of chances. It was almost Buddhist of him. Like, stop fucking with me. Stop fucking with me. And then he fucking cracked the guy and knocked his ass out. It was beautiful.
Hey, just ask Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania from quite a few years ago. He got knocked the fuck out by Tyson, too.
No, I'm gonna have to go watch that. I can't say I'm rooting for anyone. Like I said, I guess maybe Tyson. I don't know how I feel about boxing being on Netflix. Like,
people are morons.
Like Max will occasionally have hockey and basketball, and I never hardly ever get to sit and watch the hockey games there, but it's nice to see that they're on. So I'm not horribly upset that Netflix is going to do that. I just don't want to have another fucking rate increase just to have this every so many months.
Well, they also are getting Monday Night Raw in January, so next year Netflix is going to be going up. They've been going up every year. At some point, even I'm going to pull the plug, and I've been a Netflix subscriber since basically like 2005, 2006. So it's almost the beginning when they were only DVDs. So, I mean, it's even going to get pricier for Amazon Prime too. They're going to be going up probably in the next couple of months, and just in time for renewal season for everybody.
Right, but they won't bring back the tick. They won't be making enough money to renew seasons.
That still fucking pisses me off. Like, you did 2 seasons, you can't do a third to let them wrap shit up. Fucking morons.
Considering
oh no, let's do these other shows that won't make us any money either.
Yeah, like there has not been another like Prime show that I've wanted to watch at all. I know you're into The Boys. I don't know if that'd necessarily be my thing, but their shit just doesn't impress me. Netflix's stuff doesn't impress me.
Well, I'm more of a Carl Urban fan than I would say I'm the Boys fan. I know this show is not liked by a lot of comic book fans, and all of its like virtue signaling and wokeness to it. I like the first 2 seasons. The third season was kind of to me. I like some of the supernatural guys showing up and seeing them playing completely different characters. But at the same time, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be sticking with this show, especially because Carl Urban's going to be more focusing on, I think, more Hollywood film productions going forward. He's going to be Johnny Cage in the next Mortal Kombat movie. So the beard's coming off, and I'm a Carl Urban guy, so I'm going with him. Wherever he goes, I follow.
Yeah.
And he's our Judge Dredd, god damn it.
That's true. It's still real to me.
Still real to me.
He's just a wonderful character actor. He could be anybody that he sets his mind to being, just like Johnny Depp does.
Defense noted.
Damn, Skippy.
Damn right.
Oh, and then speaking of remakes that nobody asked for, reboots, anything else, and Jared Leto.
Oh God, don't invoke the name of the Antichrist.
Yeah. First images of Tron have surfaced with Jared Leto's butt, I guess.
I can't, dude. I just can't.
I'm not a fan of the newer Tron stuff. I don't even want to get behind it. I don't hope it's successful. I love the original. That's my movie. That's my movie.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. I don't need to like the other ones. Like, I'm not going to set myself up for disappointment.
Yeah, I actually really like the both the 2 Trons, Tron and Tron Legacy. Tron, the very first one, is just all-time classic for me. I'm not going to say it's like one of my all-time favorites, but it's a classic. It's one of those I never get sick of watching, and whenever I see it on TV, I sit down and I start watching it until it's over with, regardless of where I'm at in the movie. I could be like just 2 minutes in, I could be half hour in. I park it when that's on, or I just dust off the Blu-ray, and I enjoy that immensely, and then I go right into Tron Legacy. Legacy is not nearly as good, and some of the de-aging effects make Deep Rising special effects look god tier. And that's a Kevin joke. So anybody who's been following us for a while knows about Kevin's love for Deep Rising and its CGI. Wonderful. But I mean, the de-aging looked fucking horrible, and I don't think they used Bruce Boxleitner to the best of his abilities in the follow-up. But you're going with Tron Ares now, and you're putting in fucking Jared Leto. Like, automatic out for me. I can't stand the dude.
Has he been in a movie that's drawn big box office numbers in the last 5-10 years?
No.
I want to say,
to be frank, he's more of an indie art house film actor than he is a leading man or anybody with substantial acting ability to handle a mainstream movie.
Cunt!
Asshole! Prima donna.
Prick. No.
Horrible Joker. Worst Joker ever on screen.
Yeah. Like we made a point last week to say Lena Headey was a better fucking Joker in Judge Dredd or in Dredd than he was in Suicide Squad.
My man.
And Justice League.
Wink.
Yeah. So lame.
So lame. He'll never win an award.
No.
But speaking of awards, unless you have another comment.
I was going to say we were talking about the Razzies earlier. You might get one of those.
I would believe that even for not being in a movie. Jared Leto wins all the awards at the Razzies.
He sucks butt. He really sucks butt.
Yep. Apparently the winner of the Razzies this go around is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That won it for worst picture of the year, worst screenplay of the year, and I believe worst director of the year.
Wow. And
now I
was
really
so
want to see the movie.
That.
I still ain't seen it. I still need to see it. If anybody out there has seen this, I do want to hear what you thought of it. Like, honestly, because I'm a big Full Moon fan from like years ago. So if it's at least on the level of that and not like, say, The Asylum on Sci-Fi Channel, you might get me to watch it. If it's more like Asylum, then I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sit and watch the Asylum films or anything produced by them. I don't. They follow me, which is totally flattering, I guess. But no, I'm good on that.
I guess.
I think it's because of the people I know through MST. So I just assume that they think I'm with them.
Yeah.
No, I did not follow back.
We do not associate. We are not proudly sponsored by them either.
No, we wouldn't. We'd probably say, thank you so much, but we love paying for all this shit ourselves. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Total Indies over here. We ain't sponsored. We don't get paid for shit. We're just having a good old time having a hobby on YouTube. So
it's true. It's true.
Because if we got paid, we'd be doing better content.
Oh, I thought you said if we got Pee-wee. I was like, well, yeah.
Or if we got Pee-wee too. Yep.
So there's really no rhyme or reason to this other than me just wanting to fuck with everybody.
Oh no, Kristen Stewart. I didn't know you were doing that. We don't do any pre-production on this live stream. We just throw headlines at each other. We only talk about like maybe 2 or 3 headlines before we start.
Now, the reason why I wanted to share this with everybody was to just pass a known fact or a little factoid that 25% of the people that have conjunctivitis also have eye herpes.
Oh, God.
Eye herpes.
We are not medical experts. This is not medical advice or consultation. Consult your own HMO. Oh, my God. Go see your ophthalmologist, Kevin.
I'm sitting there looking at it on the news. I'm like, that's a labia.
Oh my God.
That might be a baby too.
Well, if you want to see something that'll make you really want to gouge your eyes out, I got a little fun little article about the gift bags they're handing out at the Oscars tomorrow. And it's to the tune of about almost $200,000 of the gift bags that they're handing out tomorrow. And it's insane, like what is in some of this. Like you're literally talking about like a goodie bag of about, and this is for the top 25 nominees for the 5 main categories. And basically it's the everyone wins bag. They get a 3-day trip to a private villa in St. Barths that comes with a groundskeeper, a daily housekeeping services, private drivers, and an in-villa chef. All-inclusive luxurious Swiss getaway for up to 10 guests at the Chalet Zermatt Peak in Switzerland, and a 7-day holistic wellness retreat for the Golden Door in California. If that's sponsored by Golden Gate, I don't know if that's really a resort you want to go to. Other items include a Miage skin gear goodies, a 10,000 microneedling treatment Give my wife a few needles. You don't need $10,000 for that. You'll just start screaming and forget you're in pain. And a 45 bottle wine fridge from Thor Kitchen. That better come with Thor's hammer Mjolnir, or I'm out.
Meow meow.
What's that?
Meow meow.
Isn't that meow meow.
What Darcy calls it?
Can you even spell Mjolnir?
MJO? No. I was close.
57 items in this bag.
And then how much was the wine? You say they were like $10,000 worth of wine, or?
To be honest, I actually don't know, but if it's a 45 bottle wine fridge, you better be including some wine in that fucking thing. Otherwise, don't send it to anybody. Like, there better be some real wine in that fridge. Don't just send the fridge. Just, they better come fully stocked.
Right? Furnished, if you will.
And I'm scrolling this for everybody while we're talking, so you can check out some of the goodies that are being included.
I mean, I think it's cool to waste all this money. I do, but
you really do?
Golly, I bet the people in Flint, Michigan would really love to just get a nice, cool glass of water out of their fucking faucet.
I know, right? Or here's a thought: help pay down that debt in California that they're in.
It's never gonna go away.
Get the homeless people out of Hollywood. Get the, maybe start arresting people that steal more than $900 out of items in these stores.
Yeah, if it's
or is
not
it what,
grand theft,
500
it's not
now?
worth it.
I don't know.
For grand theft?
Yeah, if it's under $900, you can rob a store in California and run right out. And they don't do anything. It's sad.
You could have up to X amount of grams or what have you of like heroin, cocaine, ecstasy, whatever here. And you can't get arrested for it. And I want to say that they just rescinded that law, but it's like, how did that get put through? Like,
yeah,
you can't buy it, you can't sell it, but you can do it.
Yeah. I don't know. Just one of these little goofy things that's going on with the Oscars. And I remember, like, when the Golden Globes were going on, they had an exorbitant gift bag thing going on. And I get it. You want to treat your stars. It's not like I don't understand that, but to the tune of like this kind of fucking money, like, you're supposed to be honoring your celebrities, not putting a price tag on it. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
I mean, if there's not a shirt that says I made it to the Oscars and all I got was a stupid t-shirt, then it's a lost opportunity.
All I care about is actually winning a goddamn Oscar at that point and making sure that the after parties were well stocked with booze.
Booze.
Hey, give me my scotch. I am a good and happy guy at that point.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, and that's tomorrow. Oppenheimer's probably going to sweep. And if special shout out to our buddy Robert, who is at Crooked Table. He does some really good content over there. So please check him out. He's a very big Oscar guy. And we also have Steve Fodor of Much Scrolling. He's been on with us before. They get in depth with a lot of conversations about some of the Oscars and Academy Award winnings going on as well. And maybe tomorrow for a little bit, I will join everybody on Film Threats watch along party for a little while.
If Chris and Matt are going to be watching it through the Mads are back, I may watch it again with them.
Yeah,
I think that's what I did last year, and it was a pretty good time.
Yeah,
but Lord knows I'm probably just going to end up playing video games instead.
Yeah, my big plan for tomorrow is probably editing our podcast. We got Farscape Season 1, Part 1 coming out on Wednesday. So everybody watching live, you know what's going on. On replay, it's coming up here very soon. But other than that, I'm probably going to see what I can do to watch a little bit of that. I don't want to watch the Oscars straight up, I want to watch it with a bunch of other people. Like, it's been not since like Return of the King won like, what was it, 14 Oscars that year, and
Yes.
Peter Jackson got his Oscar for Best Director, which he should have gotten for the previous two anyway. Like, I haven't really watched a full ceremony since then. And unless somebody gets bitch slapped again, I don't know if I'm interested.
Yeah, not really. Not at all. I wasn't impressed with anything that happened with that shit. So Lord knows what they plan on doing. Like, was it Kimmel hosting again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be a fan of his when he was on like the Man Show and Win Ben Stein's Money.
Fair enough.
I do not know what happened to that man. Like,
was
he is
really
completely a 180 from the person he used to be. I'm the same fucking dude I was when I was 20 that I am right now. I don't change for fucking nobody. Ain't never have. I don't know what happened to him.
People change for all sorts of different reasons.
I should get one of those clips where they have the guns that shoot out the money and it goes, yeah, money.
A gun that shoots money.
Yep, pretty much.
I like those machines that have the giant fans in them that like blow a whole bunch of different like pieces of paper or items of cash, and you just collect whatever you can get as it's blowing around in there, and then whatever you get was that cash. Do that with quarters or like silver dollars or some shit. Make it fun.
Take somebody's eye out with that shit.
I'm horrible people.
Yeah.
One of our favorite clips.
Oh golly. And I guess the only other thing that I didn't make a slide for, but we talked about earlier this week, is Gina Carano actually going to try to sue Disney.
Yep, that came out about 2.5 weeks ago or so, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And whereas she's not wrong, some of the things that she's said about her benefactor is fucking stupid.
Elon's a weird duck anyway, so.
That's what I was going to say. He himself is a cuckoo person.
I mean, I'll never own a Tesla. I do not believe in electric cars, like, at all. They've proven to be very unreliable. The batteries are insanely expensive to replace, and you need insurance specifically for the battery, so you don't have to pay for that. And here's a big note for everybody. Do you know how batteries are made? If you do, you don't want a fucking Tesla. Just saying.
Is this like a Hormel sort of thing?
No, this is more of a PSA from G.I. Joe. The more you know, and knowing is half the battle. Because you know what kind of resources are needed to make a battery the size that's required in a Tesla. You don't want to know, but you should. And I'm not going to spread misinformation or any of that shit. Just do your own research. Look into that. You will change your mind about electric vehicles real quick.
I don't think I'm way superstitious, so forgive me if I choose to manually drive a fucking car in the driver's seat, not hang out in the carpool seat or whatever the fuck else. Too many stories of cars just suddenly be like, you know what? I'm not making that turn. Fuck it. And their truck is the silliest, stupidest looking fucking thing I've ever seen.
Did you see the clip of the Ford like 350 that was pulling it out of a ditch? It's super fucking funny.
I showed it to my wife the other day because I was telling her about it, and really there's no describing it other than just it looks stupid.
Yeah.
Very non-truck like. It looks like an El Camino, if anything.
An El Camino could beat the pants off that thing.
Yes. It's fucking El Camino's higher up off the ground. Like, this thing you'd figure is low riding. but it's not. That's just the way it is. And the bed's too short. It doesn't have axles strong enough structure basically to go up over all these hills that it says that it can. And it's a piece of shit and a waste of money. And the greatest part about it is the people that do have that money to spend and waste, you, at the viewers at home, get to point and laugh at them for being so goddamn stupid.
Yeah. God, I almost want to look up that clip and just share it with everybody right now. You know what? Why not? Let's do it.
It makes me think of Thor, where Stan Lee gets out of the truck. Did I get it?
Ford versus Tesla truck. I think that's... No, it's Ford truck saves Tesla, I thought it was.
Ford truck. Golly. Good for Ford. They kind of deserve that after a while.
I'm going to get to the clip real quick.
All right. I'm going to give everyone eye herpes again.
Eye herpes again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, sorry.
Not finding the best video for this thing.
Now, she's another person where I'm kind of like, does she still have a big box office draw?
Oh, okay. I found a clip by Facts Gurus. I'm going to give these guys a complete shout out on here because I do not have this video. I just want to share it with everybody. So share on screen and then we can let everybody check this out. Tesla Cybertruck struggles on a snowy hill towed by a Ford pickup. Facts Gurus, thank you guys. We're going to give you guys a fun little subscribe while we're on stream.
Video of the Cybertruck has started making the rounds online.
Oh, I've only seen pictures.
The Cybertruck could be seen getting stuck on a snowy incline. The all-electric pickup truck, which seemed to be carrying a tree on its bed, on a snowy hill and was evidently stuck, as the driver could be seen pressing on the throttle to no avail. The Cybertruck was ultimately towed out of the incline by a Ford pickup truck.
This is Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny. This is fucking Santa Claus and the Ice Cream Bunny.
Some technical issues. The truck in question was a prototype. There seems to be some software issues which caused the rear brakes to not act like lockers. The pickup's tires were evidently not fit for the terrain and also was not aired down. Being a prototype, it had no recovery or pickup points, so it was ultimately recovered using the suspension by the Ford pickup truck.
You suck.
And that is how Ford saved the day for Tesla.
They're like, eat it, Toyota!
Come on, Dodge Ram, you could do better than that. Save 2 of them next time.
Piss on that, Calvin.
Pretty much. And I know you had your last little headline. I do have like one that's kind of got a side story to it, but right now in the box office for the weekend, what we got going on right now is Kung Fu Panda 4 is out, and it's actually doing not too bad at the box office. It's looking like it's going to hit a $55 million US opening, and nice. Dune 2 is still performing very well with what's estimated to be like an only 47% drop off, which is really good. But we haven't had a Kung Fu Panda in like nearly a decade. 1 through 3 were based off of a story by Ethan Reif and Cy Boris. We love you guys. You have been on our podcast. We thank you for your interviews on our channel. So please check those out. That's a great interview with Ethan and Cy. But they weren't involved with this one like pretty much at all. but it seems like it's doing pretty good, and it's a good family film from what I understand. It's, for most people, just kind of an average flick though, but with nothing else in the box office right now, it's picking up the slack.
And that's okay. That's good for the movie theaters.
Yep.
The concession stands anyway, because kids have always got to have shit.
Oh yeah, but it looks like Dune 2 is going to earn another 40 million in the US this weekend. It's probably doing even better internationally. You know, as of tomorrow, we'll get a better idea on what we're looking at. But like, box office is doing all right. Dune is basically carrying it right now, and I think we're just in a holding pattern until Ghostbusters comes out. But aside from that, I did want to talk about, for my last thing, I got a little article about Dune 2 being shown to somebody who is on his last stand with life. Denis Villeneuve was able to share Dune Part 2 with a Quebec palliative. I am not editing this. But a man was near death's end, and he really wanted to see Dune 2 as his last wish. And it sounds like Denis was able to work something out and sent like one of his assistants with one of his laptops so the man could watch Dune 2 before he passed away. And he was able to do it about 2.5 months before the rest of the world got to see it. And there were some waivers involved in everything. This is a really good article from cbc.ca, which is in Canada. So if you want to check this article out, please do. They gave a dying man his final wish of being able to see Dune 2. Unfortunately, he didn't make it through the entire movie, but he was able to at least get to see some of this before he passed away. So I got to give kudos to Denis. That's fantastic to be able to do something like that. It's super. You don't hear about this very often, but like, there's stories about like Star Wars and dying wishes being granted for this, that, and the other. You don't hear about it all that often, but they are out there. And I think that was a good move to do. Just shows you what kind of a man Denis Villeneuve really is. So I think that's great. And let's go. Dune 2.
Jack Kevorkian got arrested for doing that. Like, golly. And at least you said what I was thinking. He didn't make it through the movie. It's fucking long. It's really long.
Oh my God. I'm clipping that out.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
It blows.
Just John Cena. I don't give a shit about going to see a movie.
Nah, that's okay. But like, considering he was such a big fan and he really wanted to see it before he passed away, I think, you never know. Just throw that out there. If you can see it, great. If you can't, it's unfortunate. But it does sound like, they made every attempt to get the movie in front of him so we could see it before he passed away. So I think that's a good thing. It's just, it's too bad he wasn't able to finish it. It sounds like he fell asleep and he got sick and he just wasn't able to make it to the very end. So
yes, tragic.
But it's a nice story with unfortunately a sad ending, but at least he got to go out doing what he loved, and that was probably something related to Dune or the Dune movies. So
that's true. That's true. And all kidding aside, that's pretty damn beautiful.
Yeah. I want to say there was something like that with, what was it, Phantom Menace with George Lucas? Didn't they make a movie about that or something?
I think so, yes, but I want to say it also happened with either Iron Man 2 or Avengers.
Okay.
Like Robert brought the movie to somebody to watch before they passed away.
Okay. I was gonna say I've heard of this happening a couple of times before. I just don't remember the exact detail because it's been so long since we've heard something like this.
Yeah. because studios aren't really into kindness.
No. But this made it to Denis Villeneuve, and so he was very involved with getting this done. So,
well, that's nice. That excuses a lot of the dumb shit that he says.
English is not his first language. I think a lot of things are taken out of context.
Dialogue is boring. There should be more explosions. Well, yes, but
you are not Michael Bay, Denis. Leave the talking to him.
Yeah, so Zack Snyder this week said DC
fucking moron
has made Batman irrelevant if he can't kill. I guess so, man. This is also coming from the person that made the most boring fucking Superman movie ever that had no spirit to any of the characters whatsoever outside of maybe Wonder Woman and Batman. Maybe.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, otherwise, like, shut the fuck up, Snyder. You suck, dude.
Can't keep his mouth shut. Hey, everybody wants Batman to kill. Yo, do you remember the 60s and any of the comic books before, like, say, 2000?
You know, it's a fun stipulation on Batman, because otherwise he has no restraint whatsoever. Like, he's Frank Castle, but ninja.
Yeah. I mean, if he went over that path, he becomes the thing he hates the most.
Exactly.
So that makes that tells you he doesn't understand the source material at all.
Agreed.
And he's never watched any Batman project, period, before him.
Or the fact that Superman doesn't kill.
Yeah. Well, he's the great big Boy Scout. He does everything short of killing people.
Yeah. Oh, hell, he's lobotomized Doomsday once or twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that comment of making Batman irrelevant, I'm like, Batman will never be irrelevant, you fucking mook.
Just because you wish it ain't gonna happen. Go play in your sandbox with Rebel Moon and bore the shit out of everybody with that crap.
Kinda, or Sucker Punch, or
I hated fucking Sucker Punch.
That's what I heard. Everybody hates it. I never saw it.
My wife didn't mind it, but I thought it was fucking dumb as shit. Beautiful visuals. I ain't gonna say the guy can't direct. I liked Watchmen, Dawn of the Dead remake, and
what was that one with the thing?
Shit,
and the stuff.
They're legitimately 300. But that's adaptations of other people's work or writing. Because James Gunn wrote Dawn of the Dead remake. Watchmen's a comic book series that he adapted. 300 is another comic that he adapted. The second he starts writing the shit himself, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Alan Moore hasn't cut his fucking head off yet. No, he doesn't. I don't think that he or David S. Goyer nearly have their fucking finger on the pulse of comic books that they think that they do.
Don't get me started on fucking David Goyer. Fucking asshole. Blade Trinity. Need I say more? He can co-write with people, but dude needs a fucking filter. I will die on that hill. David Goyer, you suck.
I don't care what anybody says. Pac-Man was cool. The vampire Pomeranian.
Blade Trinity is the reason why Blade died. And we never got another Wesley Snipes' Blade until probably Deadpool 3.
Well, that was also his stint in prison as well.
Well, that too, but that was a Ryan Reynolds movie, Blade Trinity. People forget about that.
I liked Hannibal King. Apparently nobody else did. Like,
he was okay.
I liked him and Parker Posey in the movie. That was pretty much it. Oh, and Trips. I can't say anything bad about Trips.
Yeah, fuck him too.
Sinner.
Hot take.
Oh man. But I mean, otherwise, like, it was a pretty slow week this week.
Yeah, Yeah, nothing too major going on this week. Just a few bits and pieces. That's why we pretty much went through about like 10 things that were kind of interesting. I mean, we do say goodbye to Akira Toriyama, so that's that.
It's a terrible thing when a figure that's made a difference to so many people's lives fades away like that.
Yeah.
But their art will live forever, like you said. And he has made a serious contribution to pop culture globally.
Yep.
So we thank you.
Like my man, Kentaro. Finally got my last volume of Berserk, volume 14 in hardcover. So be sad to read that again.
I'm sorry, man.
That's okay. But unless you got anything else, I think it's time we say goodbye to everybody, Kevin.
I don't think so. I think I'm all out of news and gossip.
Yep, same here. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below. You got any ideas, comments, anything about any of the headlines we've talked about or anything we didn't talk about. We want to be able to include a nice variety when we do our live streams and when we have our guests on. Gives everybody something else to bounce off of that we may or may not know about, and we'd like to hear about it. And also, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell notification. You'll get notified whenever we have our new content drop. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.